Good morning, Savannah. Johanna Faustine here with Seaport Real Estate Group. Joining me again today is Dave Summers from the Summers Group at NFM Lending. Dave, thanks for coming back. How you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you for having me again.
Awesome. Today, Dave and I are going to dive into a subject that we spoke a little bit about several weeks ago on our first video about talking about the advantages of the VA home loan. If you haven't seen the video, Seaport Real Estate Group, YouTube, check it out. A lot of really great information. Today, we're going to be talking about building an investment portfolio using your VA home loan. So I know that many military families are often on the fence when purchasing or renting, when going to a new duty station, often because it's so temporary, right? So it could be 2 years, it could be 4 years. So often they're kind of choosing, weighing the options. And today, Dave and I are here just to explain some resources and some information to help you decide that ultimately, if you have the ability to purchase, it is a great investment for the future. Yeah. So as we said earlier in our earlier video, that you can use your VA loan multiple times. So say you're PCSing here to Hunter and you purchase a home, 2 years later, you get sent to a new duty station. Well, you can actually take that current home, turn it into a income producing investment property, and then move to your next duty station and purchase your next home. So Dave, if you could just go ahead and give us a little behind the scenes of like the lending side on what that looks like and how it works.
Yeah, sure. So as we spoke in our last segment, having a VA loan currently doesn't mean that you're excluded from using that entitlement again. So you can have bonus entitlement, which allows you to do a 0% down on your next home while maintaining the existing home loan you have currently, even if it's VA. And what Johanna brought up is very interesting because, if you have a home that you are typically looking to sell, the goal is, how do I sell? How do I move into that next home? That can get a little tricky. What we're trying to uncover and talk about today is how you can actually find a tenant to rent your existing home out. And from a lending standpoint, that's wonderful, because if you have a lease, we can use a percentage of that lease payment to offset the current mortgage debt, which then in turn would allow you to afford another home mortgage. Most people have really low interest rates right now, right? And so why would I sell a home and give up 3% interest rate? We're saying, you don't have to sell, right? If we can qualify you to find a tenant to occupy the home you have now, get a short-term, long-term lease, whatever you decide to do, we can then help qualify you to cover that next mortgage payment using VA financing. So it's a great way to become an investor, just like that. You already own real estate. Appreciation levels are on the rise. Why give it up now? So that's really what we want to kind of uncover today.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing we want to touch base on is we get questions about, what should I look for as far as, ensuring that my home is a good investment property. But ultimately, real estate is an incredible investment regardless, though if you live in a place where you live close to base, it's automatically an incredible investment. You are going to have military families, they're PCSing in and out every few years, every 2 years at minimum. That's why Savannah, Georgia and Hinesville are specifically great places to own an investment home. And they're very sought after for investors. Obviously, Savannah, we have high tourism, so that also opens up opportunities for short-term vacation rentals. We know many soldiers that are currently renting their homes as Airbnbs while they're deployed. How incredible is that? So great advantage there. Also, great school districts, that can be awesome, close to hospitals. Dave, what is another thing that you would think that would make a home like an attractive investment home?
Yeah, like what they say, location, right? So, you have an abundant amount of people moving into Savannah from other states. They're getting, they're being transferred, and they need the place to stay. They need a place to live. And with housing on the shortage side right now, having a place that you can then turn into a rental is a great way to bridge that gap on how to move on to another home. but location tends to be, the best thing there is, right? So,
Right.
but you have an abundant amount of people that would love to rent your house, and I think that's what we've seen.
Yes, absolutely. And ultimately, the last few years, home prices have gone up, but rent has exponentially gone up. And Savannah is actually leading 5 of some of the top markets here in Georgia with a 42% year over year increase. That's beating out Marietta, Atlanta. So a 3-bedroom in fall of 2021 was about $1,620. Last fall, it's about $2,303 for that same 3-bedroom. So huge jump. Bottom line, ultimately, if you have the ability to purchase that first home, it's going to open up great opportunities for you to build your wealth in the future, using the VA loan as a stepping stone to build your investment portfolio. So we would just love to connect with you, help set up a time to connect and discuss your goals for the future and implement a plan of helping you to purchase this first home, or maybe it's your second home, depending on your situation. So we'd love to connect with you. You can go ahead and text me, call me, email me, Johanna Faustine with Seaport Real Estate Group. Dave, if you want to close us out and just give us a little bit about your information, how to connect with you, and what I really mean by implementing a plan for those interested in investing.
Yeah, so that's the exciting part of what I do is we're not here just taking applications saying yes or no. It's about a plan. I consider myself more like a planner. So if I can give you financial advice to help bridge the gap on uncertainty, to make sure that decision you're making, whether it's to buy a home or rent a home and buy another home, these are all part of the plan. So everyone has an individual scenario that we like to customize our approach to. It's all about education. If I can teach you on how to make these things happen and come to fruition, you're going to be more comfortable when you go out in the market with Johanna looking for that perfect home. So definitely reach out to Johanna. She'll link you up with me, and I would love an opportunity to show you what we can do for you.